Tonight, new questions over whether the federal government will pay Florida back for the more than $500 million it's spent on immigration enforcement.
WPTV's chief investigator Jamie Ostroff here. She's been working to hold government officials accountable to their promises that taxpayers would not be footing the bill. She's joining us with new information revealed in court filings. Jamie.
Yeah, Megan, honey, we have been on top of this since the immigration detention facility known as Alligator Alcatraz opened in the middle of the Everglades last summer. And at the time, Governor Ron DeSantis told us the federal government would reimburse Florida for that facility. And that did appear to be the case back in October when FEMA approved a $608 million grant for Florida. But I have been watching a federal court case in which the federal government appears to be creating an off-ramp. I've previously reported that Florida is yet to receive a dime of that FEMA grant money. And in a new filing on behalf of the federal government in this case, they write that, quote, the final federal funding decision is still ongoing today because, in part, quote, there are still problems with the state's grant application. The document goes on to say, quote, FEMA may not reimburse FDEM for construction costs and may ultimately disallow the requested costs altogether. I reached out to Governor Ron DeSantis' office today to see if he's on the same page as the federal government here, and I was passed along to the Florida Division of Emergency Management. That is where a spokeswoman told me that this is a standard reimbursement process for FEMA and that the grant was meant to cover immigration enforcement efforts beyond just the detention facilities. Now, no one has responded to any of my questions or follow-up questions about what they call problems with Florida's grant application. So at this point, Megan and honey, it is still not clear why Florida has not been reimbursed for Alligator Alcatraz at this point.